Hi everyone, and you're very welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and this is episode 11 of Visions, where every single episode I sit down with a different collector and we discuss the past, the present, and the future of their collecting journey. Now, this man, we have a celebrity in the house. I see a lot of people in the chat very excited about this one, and so you should be. He goes by many different names. He's called Jay, Julian, sometimes people call him the Space Pimp, but you probably know him better as Brother Cousin. So we're very, very happy for him to join us today, and we're going to bring him in now. How are you, man? You good?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the intro. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, if you like that, you're going to love the story about how I'm going to tell it in a minute about how I first came across your YouTube channel. I've got a lot of nice things to say, but this is exactly how it happened. But I'm going to address the chat first very, very quickly. So right here from the start, Chris K was in there at the very, very start. He was really looking forward to this, so he's definitely looking forward to hearing your story. I've definitely got snippets of your story before and the influence your brother had on you, and the nostalgia connection with things like the Ecto one. I love that story. I think it was on Will's channel possibly, but I just really, really enjoyed the story. The Maverick Collector is hello as well. We have Calvin Williams the second. Awesome. Been waiting for this one to drop. You are popular, Jay.
Oh my god.
So Empire Strikes Again, BC.
Hey, what's up?
You got Ryan Smith.
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
Good stuff. We have the Maverick Collector again. We have T. Rhea. Boba Fettuccine. It just makes me smile every time I say it. It makes me smile every time I say it.
What a great name, seriously.
Yeah. Pablo Meza or Meza.
What's
you
up?
might correct me on how I actually pronounce that. It looks like Meza. Maybe it's Meza. Maybe if I'm saying it wrong, please
I usually say Pablo Meza, so he hasn't corrected me yet.
I think it's Pablo Meza. Yeah. I did a video today about the top 5 head sculpts in my collection, and I had a photo of battle damaged Thanos, which I don't think gets enough love, but I had the helmet on it, and Pablo said, "Oh man, you should have taken the helmet off to appreciate the sculpt." He was dead right. He was dead right.
That's a great figure. Great sculpt.
Yeah. Winman 42, another staple. He's always here, so supportive, so consistent, very much appreciated.
Absolutely.
DT Artman, what's up, guys? What's the best Star-Lord figure to get? I actually don't know. I don't have any. What do you think?
I would say the one from, if you can get them, the one from Guardians and Galaxy 2, because you get the deluxe version, because you get 2 coats. You can actually get 3 different looks with him, because you get one with him with the short coat, you get one with the long trench coat, Ravager jacket, and then you also have like the little I don't know, it's almost like a workout shirt he's wearing. He wears it at the beginning of volume 2. And so yeah, it comes with thing is loaded with accessories. I think it looks great. I think it is I believe it is sold out now, so you may have to pay a little bit, in the secondary market for it, but I don't think it's too crazy for it right now. But I think the second one, yes, that's the best one to get. I believe the third version is still around. That one is still you can still get that one, I think, from Sideshow.
Good time to buy Marvel figures, because people might be offloading it. You might pick up a deal. You never know,
Absolutely. That's right.
Eddie Rodriguez is here as well. What's up, everyone?
What's
JC, hello, gents. Going to be a great show tonight. The UK sit. It's thanks to Brother Cousins. I'm so skinned. No, man, you make your own decisions. I've recently been going back to pick up the older Grails after seeing his cool background so many times on their streams. Yeah, man, you got to appreciate. Look, I love a good background. There's just so many different ones. Whether you're looking at Brother Cousins, or you're looking at Mario's or Jedi Night's Watch, or whoever, there's always something to see. I think the UK sit is expecting a DX08. I think he commented on one of my videos, because I think that's one of the best head sculpts they've ever done, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
real good.
So these videos are the origin stories for our favorite collectors. I can't say origin stories, because then I give Marco 10%, man. I'm concerned with the origin, where it is now, and where's it going in the future, Marco's going to be pulling me up for copyright. Kinky Sphincter, let's go.
Let's go.
Ryan Smith, agree with you, Jay. You get the Walkman, yeah. You get the Walkman.
That's right. Yep.
That version. Did you have a Walkman, Jay?
Yes, actually, it's funny. I think a Walkman was probably, it was the first birthday that I ever recognized when I was young. What I mean by that is, I think it was my 7th birthday, I remember I got a Walkman, and I was really into I'm showing my age. I was really into the Lost Boys. So this is about 1988. So I'm 7 years old. I got a Walkman I think it was Walkman for my birthday, and I got a Lost Boys poster, and I got a Lost Boys cassette tape. And that was my jam. That was my thing. That was my whole thing. It was like I had a big Lost Boys birthday at 7 years old. So that's the type of kid I was. We liked vampires. But it was great.
Who didn't? Yeah, man. That's we're of a similar vintage, and that's actually part of the story I want to tell. But I had a Walkman. I actually I started college in 2002, I want to say. But even then, like, iPhones are coming out. You had that Creative Zen, like. Yes. MP3 players were a thing, but I really liked the sound of the Walkman. I liked the cassette sound, and I found a lot of times CD player, the Discmans, they skipped a lot of the anti-skip. Yep. I just preferred the analog sound, and my first ever cassette back in the day was Michael Jackson Bad, and I still have it, man. I still have that cassette. Yeah, it's first ever.
I have too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have Thriller as well, and just on cassette, like, and Dangerous. It's just like. Yeah, it's crazy. But the UK Sid has confirmed that yes, he is getting the DX08. I'm very jealous. Hey, great to see BC on Visions. Great guests and great series. Thank you very much. And definitely 100%. It is the show is basically all about the guests, and that's what I like about it. So you're gonna be doing 75% of the talking, Jay. That's where it goes.
Hey, that was good.
Damn it, I'm trying to watch you guys and. My boss keeps calling me. Change your number. Quit your job, man. Don't do that.
You need your job.
Definitely. Boba Fettuccine is definitely not a nuisance. Don't mention Thriller. It makes me cry. Okay, we won't mention it again. All right. So I'm gonna just briefly tell everyone and Jay the story about how I first found his channel. So back in 2020, like, I've been collecting for years, but I suppose I first started watching YouTubers in maybe 2017, 18, I think it was. Because I had a few Hot Toys, but I was like, okay, I was at a position where I could afford them. And I was like, right, I was on good money, and I was kind of going, right, there's a few pieces I want to track down. And naturally, I came across Justin's channel and some of the bigger ones, stuff like that. And that was fine. I was following them. And then 2020, of course, everyone had, if you were lucky enough, and I know a lot of people weren't, but if you were lucky enough to still have a job and you had money coming in, you were able to work from home, had a bit more money to play with, which was, ultimate gratitude. I know everyone was in that situation, and you had a bit more time, and, I definitely found more YouTubers. And obviously YouTube recognized the algorithm that I was clicking on these content creators for 6 scale, and Jay popped up. And I genuinely thought Jay was in his early 20s. I was like, man, this college kid has got a sick setup. What is he? No, he must be like just out of college on like a software engineer or doing something. Right. I genuinely thought you in your early mid-20s tops. Yes. And then suddenly, like, as I watched you more, and you mentioned that you're married and you had a kid and stuff. And I was like, oh, maybe he's a little bit older than 25. But yeah, it's just but you obviously get that a bit, don't you?
Oh my God, all the time. The funny thing is, when I first started streaming, because I was doing the channel, like, I think I charted my channel in 2019, but I didn't take it serious until 2020 because, hey, we were all home. So, I was like, I might as well, maximize my content. But then I started streaming around really around this time last year. And I was streaming with Dante, Man of the High Collectibles, and Aries. They were like the first two that brought me into the whole streaming community. And I remember we're talking, we did the show and everything. It was me and KG, and you guys know KG. KG is very young, but an awesome creator, and that kid knows his stuff. He really knows his stuff.
He's a wise head on young shoulders, is what he is. He's going places. No matter what he does, he's going places.
Absolutely. You've said stuff. I was like, wow, man, wow, okay, So, but anyway, so at the end of the show, we're backstage, and he was like, yeah, it's a good show, and he, Dante is like, yeah, you young guys, Jay and KG, you guys, you'll learn about YouTube, and you guys will learn about collecting, and which for your wallet. And I was like, Dante, how old are you? He was like, oh, I'm 41. I said, oh, I'm 40.
Yeah.
He's like, you're 40? I was like, yeah, I'm 40. It's like, you don't.
Dante was like, what was the name of that moisturizer you use? Like,
right. Exactly.
Brother Cousins moisturizer.
Hey, yeah. I need to put that on the merch site.
Man, tell you. But look, like, in fairness, like, who like I'll be 40 next year. Like, I'm 38 now. I turned 39 the end of the year, and I'll be 40 next year. It's like no one will ever like get insulted at our age if someone goes, "You look younger." It's like,
right.
It's like the best thing ever. Like,
well, the funny thing is, I look in the mirror. Like, I'll look in the mirror now, and I'm like, "Oh God, I can see a little. I can see this is here, that. Oh my God, I'm getting a little older." But nobody else really see. People like, "Oh, shut up, you look like a kid."
Yeah. Like, that's good. That's good. So it's like a spell that works on other people, but it doesn't work on yourself. Like,
exactly. Yep.
I know, man. It's all good. So we're going to get started. So just for the people in the chat who's just joined us, obviously we're here with Brother Cousins. This is episode 11 of Visions, where we're going to sit down and Jay's going to talk about the past, the present, and the future of his collecting journey. However, every time we hear this sound, which I think Star Wars fans will know it and they'll definitely appreciate it, I'm going to ask Jay a focus question. Okay, so some of these questions you'll have heard before, some of them are brand new, because I like to kind of look at the person's content and go, what can I ask him to put him under a little bit of pressure? Like, seeing as he's enabling a lot of you people who are looking after those grails. I'm only joking. So, how did it all begin, Jay? We're just going to go and just
sure.
Just from the past, like, what was kind of on, like, I'm sure everyone, this is the part I find really interesting, like, what was your first 1/6 scale Hot Toys? What was it? Do you still have it? Like, who did you buy it from? How did you react to that price? Did you wrestle with it to kind of take the plunge? Take in every direction you want, and you can just outline how it started, basically.
Oh man, I love telling this story. Because it started for me. I was a McFarlane guy. And actually I can almost say I was a Toy Biz kid too. I started collecting in 91. I'm a real little kid back then. And was just collecting, Toy Biz. That was our jam. I loved X-Men. I was reading X-Men, and to have, those characters in hand was just great. So I collected. Me and my cousin started collecting. He was because he's 10 years older than me. So he's in his early 20s. I'm in like my teen, I'm preteen, like a kid, like 10 or 11 years old. And I started with Toy Biz, moved up to Spawn figures and McFarlane stuff in the mid 90s to the early 2000s. And I mean, I just about bought almost every wave of Spawn. Like, it was ridiculous. I mean, I think I had like a holiday Spawn. I think I had a Christmas Spawn, a Halloween Spawn. It was ridiculous. I mean, these were real figures. I actually had that many McFarlane figures. But as movies started to come out, MCU was just, first Iron Man, it came out, The Dark Knight had came out. So we're talking about 2008 to 2009.
Yeah.
McFarlane the stuff was calming down. The Spawn wasn't as popular anymore. And I was looking for other type of collectibles, and I was getting out of the whole Spawn thing at that time. It was cool when I was in high school and, in early adulthood, but I was like, I have enough of this stuff. So I was looking for different things. With that being said, there was another company that McFarlane Toys collaborated with to make a 12-inch figure. It wasn't exactly 1/6 scale, but I guess it would be considered 1/6 scale. But it was a 12-inch Spawn figure made by Mediacom, and the figure was about $200. And the figure was amazing because the cape was rad. Like, the cape was real. It draped it. You can just drape it around him. The selling factor of it was the cape, and it was just I was like, man, I gotta get this figure. So I saved up my money at that time. I wasn't making a lot of money back then. I just started in my career. I just actually got out of college, and I bought the Spawn figure. It was great. The detail wasn't that great on it. the cape was cool, and it stood out among the rest of my collection because I had, McFarlane figures was like 7 inches to, 7 inch to like, maybe the tallest was maybe about a 10 inches or something like that. But so it was out of scale of everything else that I bought.
Gotcha.
So I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. And I was like, maybe I paid too much for this. I put in a couple poses. I played with the cape. It's cool. Next thing I know, I remember going on eBay and just looking up stuff on eBay, and I really wanted a Heath Ledger Joker. That was my thing at the time. Just remember, this is like 2009.
Yeah.
And
We've similar stories, man. We've similar stories. Go on, yeah.
I can't wait to hear yours. Yeah, all of it was like, it was, I was really looking for that. I was like, I really want a good representation of that Heath Ledger Joker. So I put it in on eBay, and this wonderful figure pops up, and it said it was like Hot Toys, and it came, and it was a 1/6 scale figure. I was like, 1/6 scale. I was like, oh, it's 12 inches, but it's in scale with other, so it's not exactly, Well, I was like, oh, okay, so
which is better, like, if you,
it looks real, and that was the thing. I was like, the clothing on this looks very, very real. Like the suit and everything was real tailored. I was like, this looks like a person. And the accessories were just amazing. Like, you get the backpack, you get the little bombs and the smoke grenades, you get the guns, you get money, two different head sculpts. I was like, wow. This is amazing. I was like, okay.
Was it the bank robber Joker? Bank robber Joker. You was the first, was it?
It was the first. That was the first.
I gotcha. Yeah.
That was the first. Now,
such a good scene.
Great.
Such a good scene. It's like,
great scene.
I'm so biased. Like, I'm so biased. Like, because when I think about that intro, I like just that. What a clever heist, and just so much I like about it. Like, but sorry, continue.
Yeah, just a great scene, great, and that was the thing that took me. I was like, wow, this looks great. I also saw like from the same company, Hot Toys. I was like, what is this company? I think I was reading the Toy Fair that was out at the time. They also they was talking about, I think it was around Christmas time or a little after Christmas, because I remember it saying something about great holiday gift ideas. And they had the Iron Man Mark III in it, made by Hot Toys, but it wasn't released yet. And I was like, oh, it's not out yet. So I was like, damn, I really want to get that. I was like, that looks good. So but it wasn't released yet. It wasn't even released in Hong Kong. So I started looking. I was like, oh, how do you get these Hot Toys? At this time, you could only get Hot Toys from like eBay. Yeah. And that was the thing. They didn't even have the thing with Sideshow or anything like that here in the States, anything. So I was like, okay. But the price was about $250, and the $50 that was shipped. And the $50 was like the extra to actually get it, to get it imported into the States.
Yeah, those charges, man.
Right. But for that time, I was like, okay, because the quality was great. So what I ended up doing was selling the Mediacom Spawn figure, taking the money for that, and buying the Bank Robber Joker. And it took a while to come. It took like a week to come, and I was waiting for it. I was tracking it. And then one day, even though it was tracking it was saying it was in New York, I got a knock at the door, and I was like, who was that? And postman just gives me this parcel and it's like, here you go. And I was like, okay. And I believe my best friend was there with me when I got it. He was like, oh, what is that? I was like, man, it's this new figure. Let's check. He was like, man, open it up. Let's check it out. Soon as we opened it up, I remember him saying, wow, you're on another level now. You're never, it's no going back. Like, this
pray for your wallet, like,
right. And I was like, and I knew it, and I was like, oh my God. So shortly after that, I really was starting to get rid of a lot. Still have a lot of Spawn stuff, but I got rid of like half of my McFarlane collection. And I just really started saving my money up to really, get the next Hot Toys release, which the next one was the Iron Man. So yes, it started with those two figures. And that was the start of my like Hot Toys, venture.
Two great films, both from 2008 as well. So it's like, and that, like, come on, the Mark III, like, you whether you like Iron Man or not, you gotta appreciate the Mark III. It started it, it was there, but that's we've very similar stories, because like, just mine in a nutshell. I want to stay on your story, but just in a nutshell, like 3 3/4 inch Star Wars. McFarlane, I had all of series 1 and 2 of the Matrix. I still have them boxed. Like,
Nice.
I just can't part with them. Like, they're just
Those are
the
nice
best at
figures,
the time. They're beautiful, yeah.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I think I might sell them to fund my collection eventually, but yeah, they're still boxed, complete and everything. And then The Dark Knight comes out, and I'm like, I need something. And
Yes.
McFarlane aren't doing these. I don't think they were doing. Maybe they were doing at the time, or maybe I couldn't find them or something. But
Nope, they didn't
I
have the
started
light.
looking, and I think it came across. I'd heard that the company before. Is it Medicom or Mediacom?
Yeah, I think it's media.
Yeah, I heard that before. All right, and I've seen other things. Did they do the Terminator before at some stage?
I think
Possibly.
they did. I mean, that's the only
Yeah.
figure I've ever bought from them was that Spawn.
Yeah, because I've heard they've had a good reputation, I think. And then I kind of just like yourself, man, on eBay, and that it must have been, I'd say, like The Dark Knight came out in 2008, so it must have been maybe 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
I come across the purple coat Heath Ledger and the Batman Begins suit, but it was branded as Dark Knight. It's obviously from the start of the film before he changes.
Right.
Like similar, got them blown away. Yeah, and like I've since actually sold them because I'm anticipating new versions, and it was a gamble. But then InArt came along, so fingers crossed. We're not
fingers crossed. That's all.
Fingers crossed. We're not going to talk about that because everyone's talked about that. We all know a bit of a risk, but fingers crossed it turns out okay. But yeah, kind of like Medicom to Hot Toys, based on around a Dark Knight figure. But yeah, that's similar stories. All right, I'm just going to quickly address the chat because there's 30 people in here, and it's
Nice.
we do definitely appreciate.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button.
You sound like Loco, man. But I don't mind who says it once people do it.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. Loco is he's like he's just so positive, and like he pumps and like promotes everyone like to hit that like button and subscribe.
Yes.
Very much appreciated. And if people want to check out his episode, I think it was episode 8 of Visions he was on about a week or two ago. Okay, so we've got Empire Strikes Again. First cassette was Gold's Bando Ballet. Nice. Ryan Smith, congrats, great piece. You will love it. That's on the DX08, I believe.
Yes.
Do you guys know if Toys Wonderland will have? Oh my god! The love-hate relationship continues. Really briefly, we all saw the deals, and you know, we all saw the deals. And like, even though the shipping is crazy, if you want a few troopers, roll the dice or whatever. Yeah, but exactly. This is something I've done a few times. I've messed up, and I've done it more than once. I'm so silly. Like, I've got a voucher ready with them, about $80. I'm holding on to waiting to strike on something. I planned on getting the Return of the Jedi Scout Trooper on its own, and the Mando one with the speeder bike, because they've already started to discount it.
Yes.
They dropped that teaser image. It's $229. I'm like, right, now's the time. And I was away for the weekend, and I kind of got added to the cart, and I applied my $80 voucher, which brought it to like $150. And even though the shipping was at $100, it was stupid. Long story short, I could have got it for like €270 shipped, and it's like on a shelf here in Dublin for €600.
Wow.
But I waited. I was just living my best life for the last 2 days. I go back, and they've hiked it up again. It's just like
right back up.
That's on me, man. That's on me. It's like, I don't agree with it, but like it doesn't make a difference. So I need to strike when the iron's hot. But yeah,
I did. So, I actually strike with Gwen Stacy. With Spider Gwen, and I think
127.
Yep.
Nice.
Got that.
What was the shipping?
The shipping was terrible, but I got the Vantage shipping. I've used Vantage before, but it was with Tim Cent. But it'll get here in about a week. So, but with shipping, I think with that shipping, it was still way cheaper than if I would have got it from Sideshow. I think it was like $180 or something like that. So, yeah, we'll see.
Cheaper than it should be sold for. It's like it's definitely worth more. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's brilliant. Like. Deal. So the shipping with those, I find with like Tim Cent's brilliant. I bought from Toys Buying Nation before, and Lion Rock Toys, they do similar kind of a shipping where the shipping isn't as detailed. Where DHL, it's like if someone farts near the package, you'll know about it on the tracking. It's so
That's right.
detailed, like everything
That's
is like
right.
down to the minute, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But like with the Vantage, it's still tracked, but it's not as detailed, but you still gets there, like, so
It gets there. It get, you know,
yeah,
I'm expecting about a week, maybe a week
yeah,
and a half at the most.
yeah.
I think I bought the Mando Scout Trooper and speeder bike. I bought it
Nice.
from him last night, and it was with Vantage, and it took a little, like you said, it wasn't as detailed, but then it ended up, you know, I got as soon as it, because I think they drop once it comes to like to the States, it starts picking up, and I was like, okay, so but it was like a week and a half later.
Yeah.
But still, it wasn't as crazy as I've seen. I've shoot back in the day. I remember I bought something to track and was like it was like 3 weeks to almost get it.
Yeah.
And it was like crazy. It was like, am I going to get ripped off? And then it just shows up on your door one day. So,
yeah, I think if someone gave me the choice, you can pay $20 for shipping. You'll definitely get it, but it'll be a month. Or you can pay like $60 for a week or 3 days. We wait 18 months for these figures. What's another month? Depending.
You're right. Right.
Unless it's something that I'm really excited about. That
exactly.
But like it's kind of each to their own. So a lot of people here still think you're in your 20s. I'm skeptical about your age. I definitely think you're. I have to agree. I thought Brother Cousins was 18. Man, you're getting the love here.
Love y'all.
Time machine.
Love y'all. Y'all are so kind. Yep, I got
Loco,
the time machine.
Speak of the devil, man, and hit that like button. Thank you very much, Loco. And if people want to watch Loco's episode of Visions, it's up on the channel. I believe it was episode 8, so definitely check it out. Yep. A lot of support here. Enjoy the youthful look. You get cold one night and wake up in a crypt keeper. That's dark, man. Shiny. I can't believe Brother Cousins is only 16. This is a thing now, man.
Yep. Love it. I love it.
And I can't keep up with this chat. This is definitely good. Joker is the GOAT, baby.
Yes.
Did you sell Christmas Spawn? Shiny wants to know.
I actually believe I still have that one somewhere. The holiday spawns are, they're still somewhere. I'm not sure how much they're worth. I'm sure they're worth some money too.
That was the quirky figures are worth more, isn't it? Like.
Yep.
Hello everyone. I know I'm late. Sorry, you don't have to apologize to me. You don't have to apologize to us. We're just happy there's someone else watching.
Right.
Commander Green, hello gentlemen. Hello back to you. Ryan McCarthy, hello. How are you? J Rob, how are you? Bearded nerdy oaf, what a name. Bubba Robot 2-pack was dirt cheap. Then next day it was back up. Yeah.
Yep.
I jumped on it and just ordered Gwen. I like hearing stories when people actually strike and then get the figure. I know that they're not perfect, but that Bubba Robot, that head sculpt, it's sometimes I want to cover it up. It's creeping me out sometimes. It's so real.
It's, I was on a Mafia show a couple other day, and it was with Denobi, and Denobi does not like that figure at all. He doesn't like that 2-pack at all, or that version of Boba. That Boba 2-pack, I still say it. I really think they're in my running for figures of the year or figure of the year, because it's just great, man. Really great.
Yeah, it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
We're gonna call him Dandre because we don't know if it's Dan or Dre, but like hello to both of you and one of you or each of them. Big fan of those guys. Like I like all these episodes, but like we just had such a laugh, and they're just so cool. Like I'm a fanboy. They're just down to earth. They're real chill. They talk sense. Like they're just big fan of Dan and Dre. If you haven't followed 6 Scale Reviews, follow on Instagram and YouTube. Just watched your head sculpt video, Shane. There's some heaters in there. Thank you. Yeah, there's definitely some fantastic ones there. I did like 2 videos. Like I did like the top 5 head sculpts that are in my collection. Then there's top 5 head sculpts in general. Again, completely subjective. People may disagree, but there's some good ones. Like Yondu, I don't think anyone can deny that it's a good head sculpt.
That's
EX08.
Yes, 10.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I will always be mesmerized and blown away by the talent of these people. That I think even calling it talent is nearly a bit insulting to them, like because they've worked hard to get those skills to get to where they are.
Very true. Very true.
So good. Yeah. Okay, I definitely think it's time to put you under pressure.
Oh, wow.
All right, so
I see.
if it's your first time here, people in the chat and stuff. over the course of about the hour, I'm going to ask like 5 focus questions. Okay, some you may have heard before, but some I'm going to change up to keep it fresh and kind of customize it to brother cousins. So I'm going to put you under pressure right from the start, man. I watch your Good Morning Grails show.
Yep.
It's a great idea and a great show, and you've got some absolute like just quality grails there. So
Awesome.
this is a mean one. I'm going to give you 3 of your Good Morning Grails.
Okay.
And if you were only allowed to keep one of them and you can never own the other 2, I'm sorry, which one would it be? It's a horrible question, I know, but just for fun, humor me. Okay, so these are your choices. You can only ever own one of these. Is it going to be Marty, the one that you grailed, the one that you'd had featured on Good Morning Grails?
Yep.
Yondu, or A New Hope Obi-Wan?
Damn.
People in the chat, feel free to advise and try.
I can only keep one.
You can only keep one, and you can never own the other 2. Which one would it be?
Okay, what were they again? One more time.
Marty McFly.
Marty McFly. Yep.
Yondu and A New Hope. Oh no, sorry, no, it's A New Hope Obi-Wan.
A New Hope Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say Yondu.
You gonna say Yondu? Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
And is it what kind of tipped the scales for you there?
Well, with Yondu, I mean, I had to think about it. With the Marty I reviewed, yes, I wouldn't be able to have I wouldn't be able to have the Back to the Future 2 Marty, but I would still have the Back to the Future 1 Marty. So I would be cool with that.
That's clever. That's clever. Yeah.
And then with the Obi-Wan Kenobi, I wouldn't have Sir Alec Guinness Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I would still have a Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, so, and who knows what's coming in the next few weeks or months. As in fairness, Hot Toys, exactly. Less of it. Just give us what we want, like, just release it.
Yes, please.
So the Knights of Ren are saying there, I traded my Boba 2-pack for Attack of the Clones Yoda today. Prequels over Fat Boba easily. I don't know, man. I don't know what I've made that trade, but each to their own.
I mean, I like Yoda. I mean, yeah, I get it, but that Boba 2-pack, though.
Yeah, but it's everyone's so different. It's completely subjective, and I it wouldn't make sense to me. But like for him, like if he grew up with the prequels as well, I totally get that. I definitely make decisions, and people, I totally make decisions, and people be like, I don't know about that, like, because maybe they don't like the Bale Batman or whatever, like, it makes it interesting. And I also like when people disagree. Like even when you make points in your on your video or something, and then people leave a comment, they go through the effort of watching the video and liking the video and leaving a comment, and like a lot of people are really actually respectful, how they're like, oh yeah, I appreciate the video, but I disagree with what you're saying. I like when someone goes through the effort, not only writing the comment, but writing it in a kind of I don't agree with you, but it's still in a nice way, because things can be lost in translation.
It's engagement, and it shows that they're really looking at your content more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then also that they're passionate enough to write that in. It's like, oh wow, like I love it.
100%. It's just I don't know. I genuinely didn't think the channel would be going anywhere, but like it's I'm really, really happy with it. So it's just a lot of fun. But the best part is like talking to yourself and people in the chat and stuff like that. It's just all fun.
Absolutely.
So Yondu, you got someone agreeing with you. I got Attack of the Clones Yoda coming on Wednesday. Good stuff. Obi-Wan, of course. He's like, yeah, this is the one you are looking for. A New Hope Obi-Wan. What's up, fellas? Hey, Tully, or is it Chuli? Too much time to think. Too much time to think on top of that sleeve to come up with questions like that. Yeah, I was myself and my friend. We went down to a place called Killarney in Ireland, and we hiked like Ireland's highest mountain at the weekend. But like it's
nice.
It's not. It's like a big hill more, and we don't have alpine mountains. Like it's about 1,000 meters. Like Everest is like 9,000 meters. It's not a. It's a good day out. It's nothing life threatening, like But it's awesome. I put it up on the story, and they saw it. The views were just amazing. Yondu is great, but you have to keep my Jedi Master OG Obi.
Yes.
Looking to trade my endgame Thanos for a big bag of Doritos. Oh
No,
my
wrong.
god.
That is so wrong.
Oh man, that's wrong. Is it the battle damage? I'm gonna cry, man. I think it's more manners and showing respect and yes, yeah,
Yes.
I think, but that's the whole thing. Like, things can be misinterpreted by text message or email or comments, like, and especially on a platform that people can essentially write what they want. And honestly, so it's nice when people do, like you said, disagree, but do it in a respectful way. It's just, and the community's 99% positive anyway. Like, so,
Absolutely.
2 bags to cover shipping. He really doesn't like the Endgame Thanos.
That's a great
that's
figure.
funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man, I actually really like it. I don't think it gets enough love, and like, I was gonna have one version, like the battle damage. I'm just a sucker for battle damage.
Me too.
So just before we go on to the present, I'm gonna hit you with. Okay, back to back. Okay, so this should be a quick one. Look, a lot of people don't dopo. It's nearly a dirty word, like, and I'll be honest, I don't really do it. But if they drop something, I'm like, there is no way I'm changing my mind on this. I've liked this for like 10 years, 20 years. I'm getting it. Is there a figure like, can you think of a figure off the top of your head that maybe you're expecting, or maybe you love so much you'd be like, yeah, after did that, I would dopo it. I wouldn't change your mind on that, definitely. Is there any figure that would come to mind? Maybe something they've never done, or something that they re-released, or just maybe something is on the horizon. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna get that, so I wouldn't actually be bothered if I dopoed it. It wouldn't be a problem.
It's funny that you bring this up because I just dopoed today.
Nice.
That was for the Arena Boba Fett. So
right.
So yeah, I dopoed for that, and I usually don't anymore. I was like, I'll get it. It's like now it's like with me, it's like if I get it, I'll get it. I'm not gonna give somebody my money, up in front and and wait for a year. But because it is what it is, I was like, you know what, I gotta go and jump and get this. So
yeah,
so I dopoed for this one. I almost did for what is his name, for Cad Bane. Cad Bane was another one, but for Cad Bane, I figured, I was like, when Cad Bane, when it does drop, that's probably gonna be me biting a bullet and buying it from Hong Kong because I want that. I want it now. I wish I can go into the future and get it and bring it back. I want it that bad.
Cad Bane, man, I get it, man, because like I tend to have like a checklist, like if I want to buy one of these things, because they're just so expensive, like that. It's I have to obviously love the character, love the source material, and love that version of the character. Like, if Iron Man, I don't necessarily love all the suits, and Cad Bane, like, it's like, did I love the character? I absolutely did. Did I love the source material? I'll be very, very careful on this. I know the original source material was the animated series Clone Wars. I get that. And I have watched some episode with him in it, but I haven't watched all the Clone Wars. But
me too.
The figure is based on the book of Boba Fett. So did I like the source material? I did not like the series as a whole, but I loved episode 5 and 6. He was the highlight for me.
Yes.
That scene where he walked out of the deserts and his voice and the tension, that was as good a Western style shoot off tense scene as you're gonna get. Like, that was that the hairs in the back of my neck stood up. I was like, so I'd argue I like the source material, that particular part. And do I like the version of the character? Yeah, I actually really like how it looks. You know what I mean? It's a striking looking figure, like,
very striking.
So I'm gonna break the rule there. Yeah. So the present. So we established how it started off all those years ago, back in 2009. You made the jump from McFarlane and Spawn and Mediacom then, and you went for the bank robber Joker and through eBay, and you still have it.
I don't. I actually sold it. I actually sold it. I
sold my first two.
Sold it. Well, I sold it because I sold it for a good reason. I sold it one because at the time I needed money for a down payment for a car. So I sold it then. I was
priorities.
Like, good way to make $300 and got it that way. So
happy days. And so where are you now then? Like, do you know off the top of your head, do you like how many 6 scales you have, how many vehicles you have, do you have any quarter scale, do you have any statues? Like where are you now? Like,
Well, and I recently spoke about this. I kind of learned, I'm a type of guy that I like to poke around a little bit, meaning that I like to figure out where my collection is going. And I'm willing to take risks sometimes because, sometimes pieces are great. Like for instance, like the Chuckies that are right here. Um, I really like pieces that stand out to me and that just really have a presence. So I was trying to get into quarter scale, and I bought the quarter scale Mando, who really was about like a month and a half ago. And I really liked it, and it was a great figure, a beautiful figure. But after looking at it and putting it in the collection, I learned that, quarter scales are really not for me. They're really not. I'm more of a 1/6 scale vehicle guy. That's my thing. I like the 1/6 scale figures, and I like vehicles / dioramas. So that's the lane where I'm going to stay at. And when it comes to these mini figures I believe I have now about 130 1/6 scale figures. And vehicles I have. How many vehicles do I have? 4. I think 4 vehicles at this point.
Can I try and guess what they are?
Sure.
Okay, so I know obviously one of them is the DeLorean because I can see it.
There you go.
I imagine you have the 1989 Batman.
There you go.
Batmobile, sorry. Batmobile, okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Right.
So
after that, then, you had a speeder bike, but you sold it.
Sold
Would that be right?
Yep.
So you don't still have a speeder bike then?
Nope.
Okay. You have a Batpod.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm halfway there, right? We got 3.
Yep.
You have an Ecto 1.
Don't have the Ecto 1, but it's coming. No. But I'm getting it.
You're getting it.
Ecto 1.
You're getting it. Okay, so there's still 3 more that you have that I haven't guessed.
No, only have 4. No, only have 4.
Oh, right. Okay. Do you have a tumbler?
So it's 1 more. I don't have the tumbler. Don't have the tumbler.
All right. What am I not remembering? So, is it Hot Toys or Jazz Inc. or?
It's huge. It's that Jazz Inc.
Oh, it's Jazz Inc.
Yep.
Oh God. It's not that. I should know this.
Yep. This is like my favorite vehicle too.
Damn, I'm gonna be kicking myself for this now. Okay, right. So it's not the 1966 Batmobile.
No, I wish.
Snow Speeder.
No, I wish.
What IP is it from?
Star Wars.
Oh, it's surely the Millennium Falcon cockpit.
There you go.
Right. I needed a lot of help, but I got there in the end. So the thing is, sometimes it was good that like after 1 quarter scale you realized, no, these aren't for me. Because like you could have went down and went like hard into it and like got like 5, and then you're like, now you gotta sell them all and at a loss or whatever. So that's like, that's definitely a good thing. I got 1 quarter scale, and I'd like to have 1 Marvel, 1 DC, and 1 Star Wars, and maybe leave it at that, because I have the Mark III. That's the Marvel. I have the Dark Knight quarter scale, the Dark Knight trilogy one on the way, and then after that, might look into getting that Vader, or wait and see what happens next year for the 4th anniversary. Maybe might reissue it. But then again, like who knows what we might get from Kenobi? You know what I mean?
Exactly. We just make another one from Kenobi, and when it comes, and I should have known because I actually have 4 other quarter scale figures, but they're not on display right now, and that's the NECA 1990 Turtles. I have those. Those are boxed up. I used to have them displayed, but they're boxed up now because I jumped into the 7-inchers. So I have the 7-inchers. So that they represent my 90s Turtles, and they're much smaller. And I have more. I could build out the rest of the collection. But I'll never get rid of those. I even the boxes because I love them so much.
And so in terms of like, say, your display, like, so you have a few D-tops as well, don't you?
Got about, and I can show you. I can twist it. I got about, I believe.
Oh, nice.
This is about, I think there's 12 D-tops in this room.
This is like the backstage tour that people don't usually see.
Exactly. So
good stuff. So you got about 12 D-tops, but you probably paid like half the price now, because Lael has caused like you know, a supply shortage. Like,
He really has. He really has.
yeah, yeah. Man, I oh God, I just saw you had the Iron Patriot there, and man, I've like just literally behind my screen here, behind my laptop, there's a corner and just a corner of a wall, like. So I've got like 2 floating shelves, and then another 2 higher, and then one at the top, right?
Gotcha.
So I hear this big bang yesterday. I was downstairs watching TV, and I was like, "This is not good." And I already knew what it was. Like, it was a big bang. So I had finished the stream, and I didn't pop my laptop down, but on the very top shelf, I have the Mysterio drone set with the Spider-Man Far From Home like perched on it, and it's like a pose I really, really like. But the Mysterio drone, the main one, is actually quite loose, so it just literally went like that, and it was enough for Spidey to do a nosedive.
No.
He clipped the Iron Patriot on the way down, which had Rocket on its shoulder, and I wasn't using any stands because I like to live on the edge, and it smashed down onto my laptop. So I came up. It was like, have you ever like gone skiing and saw someone fall? And their skis go everywhere, and their goggles and their poles. It was like a yard sale. So I came up, it was carnage. So I went straight for my laptop. Thankfully, laptop was fine, keyboard was fine, screen, because I only got it last year.
Right.
The webcam had been knocked off, but it was okay. No. Spider-Man was fine. And the Iron Patriot looked like it was in bits, but it was just all the little clip-on parts that popped off.
Right.
I don't know how, because I'm looking, it fell a good meter.
Wow.
But there's a little bit of paint on my laptop. It was blue, so that must be from the Iron Patriot. But I'm looking around, I don't know where it came from. His face is fine. I clicked on all the parts. There's literally no damage. I don't know how. Now I've reposed him in a solid pose, so hopefully, I know I should just use the stand, like, but it just looks so cool without it.
Anyway, it does look cool without the stand. I'm really not a fan of the Hot Toy stands. Really not.
No, man, like as in, like, thankfully, like, I know people like live on fault lines and stuff in America, and you know, they're earthquake, and like Mario says, like, he has to use the stands and that's completely understandable. Or maybe like people have kids and they, you know, the kids play and they might bang up against things, but the if it falls in the DTOF, it's only gonna fall so far, like, you
exactly.
No. But that's that one now. I might have to look into that one, but he's it's actually Will was talking on his channel about I think himself and Kiko were talking about, like, do you sometimes buy a figure that you mightn't necessarily have bought, but it will pair well with something? And that was a really good question, because I wasn't going to buy Rocket, but when I got the Iron Patriot so cheap, and Rocket was going cheap, and it just looks so cool on his shoulder, like, you know. So, but yeah, I thought it was a really good question.
That's funny. I did the same thing, because right when I was saying it, I was like, because my whole thing, I love Endgame, I really do, and my whole thing is to get everything from Endgame. That's what it is. I want everything from it. And when Iron Patriot came out, I already knew. I was like, as soon as Iron Patriot drops, I'm gonna have to get Rocket. So when Iron Patriot came out, I was like, oh man, I gotta get back. I gotta get Rocket now. They look him on the shoulder just looks so bad.
It just looks deadly. Like, and like Rocket. Okay, this is a strange question now, but have you ever watched a documentary? And this is a question for people in the chat as well. Have you ever watched a documentary called The King of Kong?
No, I haven't.
I'm going to explain this to you, and you'll be like, that does not sound interesting, because it's about this group of like hardcore gamers who are trying to break the world record on Donkey Kong. You know, the old
I did hear about that. Yes, yeah.
Like, someone explained to me, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to watch a documentary on it. Like, you know, I get it's a retro game and all, it's a classic, but oh my God, the way they filmed it, I just got completely sucked into it. Amazing. I kind of felt like Guardians of the Galaxy is kind of like that. If someone explained, like, there's a big muscly blue guy, there's this human guy, there is you know, a tree, and there's a talking raccoon, I'd be like, that doesn't sound good. But when I watched it, like, one of the characters I loved most was Rocket, his humor and everything, and I'm actually really glad I have him now, but it just pairs so well. And yet Iron Patriot. I'm going off on a tangent. So at the moment, like, so in terms of, I'm not going to delve into the future. We're going to save that for another 2 minutes after asking another question. But So at the moment, you've about 12 details, you said?
About 12. So there's 12 detolfs in here, and then also, and if I can show you guys this a little bit. Up top here, I have these. Personally,
Nice.
I built these cases. These are
All
cases
right.
I made, and these are
And
home
is
made.
there like a screen on the front of that as well?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
They're held on by magnets. So yeah,
Cool.
I invented this stuff before Maji Case did it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like even with the DeLorean, that also that's a case that I built. So I
Yeah.
have like these. This is in the way too. That's where my Dark Knight. Up, go up a little bit. That's where my Dark Knight is. You can zoom in on it a little bit. But yeah, so I have 12 detolfs and I have those cases there. And this is my office. And then out there in the other room, that's where the Millennium Falcon cockpit is, and the 89 Batmobile and all that stuff. That stuff is out there. So it's like another more. It's like all the bigger. Theoretically, I know we're not going into the future yet, but honestly, I think all the vehicles are going to be out there in that room in the future, and that's probably where I haven't decided if I'm going to get Maji cases yet, or am I going to get muscle racks and add acrylic around them.
Right, yeah.
Do it like that, because I think that'll be the best way for like for the vehicles, for the bigger pieces.
Yeah. Because I mean, the Maji cases, they are fantastic, but then there's the wait time. They're expensive, but like there's definitely pros and cons, but they do look very tasteful. They look very, 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 very well. Right, so definitely think it's time for another question. All right, so what do I have for you? I know there's one I always finish with. I'll leave that to last. What's one figure that you don't own, that you don't think will be reissued, but you want? So a figure that you don't own, that they have made before, that you don't think it's going to be reissued, but you do want it. Or have you picked up all those grails?
Haven't picked up all of them. One that I want that they haven't reissued. That I don't think they'll reissue.
Yeah.
I would say, let me see. I would say that would be Palpatine on the throne. Star Wars.
Palpatine and Throne. You don't think they're going to do that again?
Not that one. We'll get another Palpatine, but I don't think we're going to get that version on that particular phone anytime soon. But yeah, that's definitely one that I want.
Gotcha. Good stuff. I'm just going to fly through some of these chats. Otherwise, I'll lose the run of them. I feel like pre-orders are pointless these days, except for maybe exclusive deals you had by waiting. Yeah, I totally get that. But like, I suppose there are at the moment, but we don't know what the market's gonna be like in 2 years' time. And do you know what it is? There's some pieces that I'm like, if I don't pre-order them at some stage, I won't be able to avail of a payment plan, because I do like the payment plans, and like I don't want to get stung for a few things dropping at the same time. But like in terms of like, I used to pre-order at the start of when they were released in the first 6 months, and then it'll be paid off, and then it'd still be waiting a year. But now I kind of tend to do it about 6 months out before they drop, so it kind of nearly last payment coincides with its expected release date. It kind of suits me. It works for me. It doesn't work for everyone, but From the desert comes a stranger. That's a Cad Bane comment. Nice. Did anyone get an email from SS giving you? Yeah, they give me 50 yes. Yeah,
I got that too. I was like, I already have that. That would have been a year ago.
It's true, and I don't have a Thor, and I do have the Battle Damage 85 in the Endgame cap, but it's just not a figure that I particularly want. And I thought I was going to entertain the thought of getting that new one, but then I saw the film, and I'm like, nah, I think I got to save my money. But I don't feel special. I'm not sure what that is about. You are special. I was like, damn, right, just going through some of these comments here. What does Dopo mean? Day one pre-order. It's when something comes out and you just like straight away, you buy it straight away. Basically, it's like the 6-scale scavengers have those T-shirts called Dopo. I have like 2 of them, but like I really don't Dopo anything, so I'm kind of wearing them ironically, and to support the scavengers because I like them.
Right.
Endgame cap and clean 85. I want to make the trio. So what should I get next Endgame cap, clean 85. Wouldn't it be Thor? Obviously, wouldn't that be the obvious choice?
Yeah,
and they're
$75 off.
yeah. Then again, like you could still check though the resellers because I'm pretty sure he's dropped down in a lot of places. Because if Sideshow are giving $75 off and they never give anything off, they're probably seeing the other price as well.
He's probably sitting. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got Tremble Dust and Riley.
Riley, what's up?
Good stuff. I'm on with Riley later on the Jedi Knights Watches channel. Two amazing people. Hit the like button, subscribe. Riley, I feel like he's like in all the streams. I think Riley can clone himself. It's like multiverse Riley. He sees the streams. Yes. He's always very supportive. We do appreciate that. Looking forward to chatting with you later, Riley. It's funny. I literally got back from shipping out my first hot toy. I liked it, but never loved it. Right. So he's sold one. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes breakups are tough.
Yeah.
The Falcon cockpit, yeah. You know, I'm way behind here with these these comments, and it took me way too long to get that as well. We need a female quarter scale figure finally. You know what? Anthony 6K Mafia has a theory on that. The Mando show, we got a quarter scale Mando main character. The Book of Boba Fett, we got a quarter scale Boba. There is an Ahsoka coming out. You know, maybe they'll do a quarter scale Rosario Dawson Ahsoka.
I can see that.
Definitely give that a look.
Yep.
Arena Boba Fett is a huge batch. Sideshow ordered a bunch to match demand. Releasing next year. Supposed to be this September. Who did you go with, JJ?
And that was Sideshow. And that was the crazy thing about that. We were kind of talking about that too. Like, it's releasing next year. And I'm like, okay, you know, usually those exclusives kind of come out kind of quick. But yeah, it's kind of strange that we're not getting it until next year. That's weird.
I don't prefer the stands, but keeps me comfort and safe. Yeah, this is it. This is a trade-off, definitely.
Definitely.
I'm a bit of a gambler. I do tend to I buy from Toys Wonderland. Come on, like.
I do too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I get it.
I must have the look of the Irish, like, because nothing was broken today or yesterday, and I haven't really been. They've honored their orders. They just need a real push every now and then.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. They just need a push. Just a little push.
Yeah, it's like the Joker, a little push. Yeah. There's a few people asking for blood. Says I've seen that documentary. Obviously, The King of Kong. It's a great watch, Jay.
I gotta watch.
You should definitely.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't know. I don't think it's on Netflix, but like it's an hour and a half, and it's right from the start, you're like, I'm really not sure where this is going, and then it's just good quality documentary filmmaking. Just pulls you right in. You start rooting for the guy, and it's a great doc. Marco's in the house. Philip the Fool's in the house. Asked for blood. How are you, Marco? I think Marco's on. Marco, are you still watching? And if so, are you on? I think you're on a Jedi Knights watch tonight as well. I do believe. Looking forward to it. Awesome. I ordered number 2 Arena. Oh, you ordered. Was it? I ordered 1 number 2 Arena suit Boba Fett. Is that you ordered 2 of them?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. No interest in Arena suit. Each to their own. Yeah. Hey, did you read the comic by any chance?
I didn't. I've read. I saw it. I looked at it on. I looked at it actually online. My cousin, he actually has the comics, and he's supposed to be giving me the comics this weekend to check out. Just because when I first seen it, I was like, "Where is this suit? Why is it just black?" And then he jumped at me. He was like, "No, that's the Arena suit." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know."
I think it was. I knew it was from a comic book when I saw the you call it an axe. It kind of looks like a half trident art, half axe. And I think I heard people talk about it before, but I didn't know the ins and outs. And I watched Jed's video, and he, basically explains how does he go by his father's name or something, and then he has to fight in an arena, kind of like a gladiator type thing, and paints his suit black. Like, so, I thought that was interesting. I hate to be the one to break the news, but we had to postpone the Jedi Knights watch stream to next Monday. Does that mean I get to go to bed early? Or does that mean that you couldn't be on it, Marco?
Right.
Let me know in the chat, and I'll check my messages from Graham.
Right.
Either way, it'll work out. It'll work out. So we're going to move on to the future. Then this is sometimes like can be the most challenging part, but hence the name visions. Like, so I'm gonna start you off with a few simple questions, right?
Sure.
So first of all, do you still see yourself collecting in 5 years' time?
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
No.
Do you still see yourself collecting in 10 years' time?
Absolutely.
Do you ever see a part of your life where you're not collecting something? Now, I'm saying like, maybe you downsize, maybe you focus on a certain IP, maybe you just say, okay, I want to keep my 10 favorites or whatever, but do you think you'll always be in some capacity collecting?
Always in some capacity collecting, even if downsizing, maybe definitely.
Yeah.
It may come to a point where it's like, okay, I just want to collect Star Wars, or I just want to keep Marvel, or I'll have or I'm gonna stop with Marvel, and this would just be my thing, just this lane, and not be in all different lanes.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of all over the place right now.
Yeah.
But definitely downsizing. I could definitely see me doing that in the future, but at some aspect I'll always be collecting. I've been collecting,
Yeah.
like I said, since I was 10. So it'll be hard to not collect something, even if I lost all my figures, or I had to pay for, I don't know, I had to pay for operation, or I had to, or life happens sometimes. Or if I had to sell stuff, I would probably be collecting, I don't know, jelly jars or something. I would always I would be collecting something. So definitely.
I get you. I always think about that myself as well. Like, because even like I presume like a lot of our stories they're not the same, but they're similar. And I remember like it must have been Christmas 1989 or Christmas 1990. And as soon as I say 1989, you and people in the chat know where this is going.
Yep.
Batman came out.
Right.
I loved it. It's something in my head told me this is not just for kids. This is like an adult movie. This is a real movie. You could like this when you're growing up,
Right.
And I don't know. I got the I can't remember the name of the brand, but it was the Batwing and the Joker and stuff like that. And even though I wasn't a collector at that stage, I still kind of look back. Sometimes I look at that on eBay and go, I wouldn't mind actually getting that carded figure again. You know what I mean? It's
yes.
It's like that's
really
$400.
Childhood. Yes.
Yeah, like that'd be like, because it was I still remember it. It was a tiny little Batman figure. I can't remember the brand. It could be Toy. It could be Toy Biz. I don't know what it was, but it was very small and had a clip-on cape. It was fabric and had the yellow belt, which came out like a grappling hook, and the Joker had the little.
It was made by Kenner. I think Kenner made those.
You think? Yeah, I thought it was, and then I went on eBay and I typed in Kenner, but some other name came up. I was like, that is the thing. Maybe it was a collaboration. I don't know, but I thought it was Kenner.
Was it Galoob? Or was it Galoob? I gotta check, man. Wow.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. And then like the Batwing it's one of my earliest Christmas memories. It was like nostalgic gold, but
yes.
I always think like if I had the downside, what would you do? What would I do? And I hate saying this out loud, but I'm a realist, man. If I had to do anything, I got the Trooper collection down in the living room. I think the Troopers would be the first to go. I'd keep them all apart from the original OG standard white shiny Stormtrooper, but they probably would be the first to go. And then I was like, okay, I think I would there's 5 details, there's 20 spaces, and I would just never go above 20. If you want something has to go. I think that would be my future plan if I'm ever in that situation, but I hope I'm never in that situation. But like you said, and a lot of collectors say, you don't know. You make plans, God smiles,
Exactly.
So you just never know.
You
touch wood.
But I do know if I had to get rid of some, like I would get I would get rid of almost all. Or if I downsized, I would do something crazy though. I would be like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of like damn near all the collection, but I would do something crazy. Like I would get like a I don't know. I would just go in all on 89 Batman. And 89 Batman would be my jam. I would have the Jazz Ink Batwing, which looks so tempting and I really want it, but it's like no way possible I could put it in my house. My wife saw it. It was like, why? You how? And I was like, I don't know, but I can figure it out.
And I spend way too much time looking at that, right?
Yes.
And then I'm like, I look at the payment and I go, right, if I break that up over 18 months,
Yep.
it's about like $200 a month for a year and a half. And I was like, I paid off my car, so I don't have a car loan. That's probably cheap. Sorry, I don't have a car. Yeah, car loan. Like, so it's like,
Right.
There's people out there paying like, $400 a month on their car, €400. But then it's, where do I put it? There's no point in getting that unless it's displayed where you can see it from every angle.
That's right.
And it's not like in the way. I just don't have space for it. It is beautiful though.
I thought about having it like pointing upright, like
Yeah.
painting, just giving a wall. Giving it a
Yeah,
wall,
yeah,
having
yeah.
it on the wall, and having like painting a moon around it, and just recreating
Yeah.
that scene from the movie, and having it fly
Yeah.
up like, on the wall, and just mount it on the wall like that. And that's the only
Yeah.
way I could think of getting it in. But outside of that, it's like you said, if it's not in the middle of the floor somewhere, like in a big display, which I could do, but that would it would just be crazy. It's
so
really
huge.
It's
There's-
huge. Yeah.
And even like, I think a coffee table, that would be the biggest coffee table in the world. Like, it would be a giant, wouldn't it? I've seen some of those coffee tables. I think Joao has his 89 Batmobile and that, and they look slick. Like, it's just you can see it from all angles. You still have your coffee table. It's just A1.
Yep.
So in terms of, like, you mentioned modu cases, what's the future? What is bar touch wood, no catastrophes, like,
Yeah.
what's the future of your collecting look like? Like, what would you have anything like in the not too distant future? You mentioned like modu cases. What is your plan? Ideally, what's your ideal vision and plan for the future of your collecting journey?
Well, I got a couple of them. Especially when it comes to displaying, because I think displaying is just as probably even more important than collecting. My thing is, I always stress, I think collectors should focus on displaying, not about how many figures you have, but how, even if you have 10 figures, have them displayed properly, because these are works of art and they should be displayed as such. Like I look at we talk about it all the time. We look at your collection, just how clean and how beautiful that looks. It doesn't look crowded. It doesn't look, these are works of art. Shouldn't be, all like that. So one idea I had was to get this closet, which this is actually my actual closet. My clothes go in.
Mm-hmm.
I have other dressers and stuff out in the other room, but I'm thinking of taking this out of here completely and making this, like, giving this wall dedicated, either going more details, and just keeping more details over here, which will allow more space. And then I'll have this whole section will be Star Wars. This section over here would be all Marvel, and then and back here would be like the 80s nostalgia stuff. And then out there would be like my clothes, that would be like my regular dressing room and all that stuff. And then another space for like vehicles and such like that. That's like, I think that's the idea I'm going with. I just have to sell the wife one. So that's the thing.
May the force be with you.
Yes, always.
you want to agree with me,
right?
Not so. But you have a fairly clear vision there of where you're going. Like you were adamant. No, 5 years I'll still be collecting. 10 years still be collecting. Sometimes life might get in the way or kind of throw you a curveball, but you're in some capacity going to be collecting. And the vision, like it sounds great. Just going to go through some of these chats before I ask you the last two questions. Which future Grail do you regret passing up? Geeking Out as always regrets the animated Boba Fett. I don't think do you have anything that looks like it's on its way to being a Grail that you regret passing up?
Oh man. I hate to say it. It's like, well, I mean, I regret everything that you see just about on Good Morning Grails. If I haven't, because the thing is with Good Morning Grails, some people think that, oh, I recently bought, like I just did Yondu. Some people thought, oh, I just bought Yondu. No, I bought Yondu when he came out. So I was lucky enough to get that. But I think,
I got you.
Ooh, I know exactly which one that's a Grail that I wish I bought and I didn't pass up on. And that would be the Endor Luke. That's the one to end, or the Empire Strikes Back. No, not Empire Strikes Back. Return of the Jedi Deluxe Luke. I have the regular version, but I don't have the deluxe version with the different hair sculpts and all that stuff in the Endor gear. I wish I would have got. That's the one. I wish I would have got that one.
Yeah, I think like for me to answer that question, I have to think of a situation where I had something in a cart and didn't pull the trigger. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like, I mean, it'd be obvious. Like, I could just go, yeah, I knew Hope Leia, but like, there was never a situation where, you know, I was going to get it and then passed on it. It was just like
Right.
maybe, yeah. I think maybe even like the Rogue One, maybe Vader or something like that, because I am looking
Ooh,
for
that's a good
Vader,
one.
but do you know what I mean? Because that looks like it's on its way to. Everyone says it's like one of the best Vaders. It looks like it's on its way to the G status, but then again, I'm just gonna hold out. I'm gonna hold out for another, I suppose, 3 years next
Right.
year to see if they actually do what I think they're gonna do, and then 2 years
Right.
after that. Then again, I might track down that quarter scale. It might be just a bit easier, and the prices aren't completely outrageous either. So
It's funny you mention that. I have a friend we both know that I believe is selling that. So we'll talk off air about that.
oh right, cool. I might be completely enabled, and I'm looking forward to it. So truly, that's why I love these streams on YouTube. They can be very informative, with very cool people in the hobby. He's definitely talking about you, man. In the hobby, and always fun. So yeah, you know, I like the way you put the comment across, because like I try not to. I definitely try not to tell people what to do, because if someone told me what to do with my collection, you know, they might be getting some curse words. Because it's like they're not going to go to work for me. They're not going to earn my money for me. So, but I think like I've learned a lot from watching different YouTubers. They give, you know, like solid. They outline their experiences and outline their mistakes, and kind of outline, you know, if you know, go with this company, they'll give you markdown prices. You know, get done for customs, or they offer free shipping. And definitely, I like the way you put it across the comment, because like informative should be the name of the game. We pool our resources and experiences. I have days when I get grumpy and want to sell everything, and then I get mad at myself and say, why the hell did I do that?
We've all been there.
Yeah. I did mean the NECA one, but the tweeter head is pretty good too. I think they're talking about the Catwoman, possibly. I think it was a tweeter head Catwoman. Do either of you have the Jazz Inc. Ray Speeder? I don't, because I don't really collect the sequels. Do you have it?
You know, I'm actually been meaning to talk to, because I think Leo has an extra one, and I was thinking about if he still had. I was thinking about kind of like trying to buy it off of him, because it does look good, and I do have that. Ray, and I'm like, you know what? That would be a good piece. So, but I'm trying to hold back. I'm trying to be good, because
yeah, you don't know what's around the corner.
Don't know what's around the corner.
You don't know around the corner.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So we have 3 down, 2 to go. Oh no, sorry. No. Yeah. Okay. Pre-orders. Off the top of your head, can you name like 3 things you have in pre-order that you're really looking forward to receiving? I know one of them is Cable. Yeah.
Cable, yes, definitely. Well, I can't say that because I did pre-order that one. That was when I stopped pre-ordering. That was because it's been that long. So like it was like 2020. Pre-ordered that. But definitely looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to Cable. I pre-ordered that one too. I'm looking forward to Bo-Katan. I really want that figure. Oh gosh. Really looking forward to that. And what I haven't pre-ordered, because I know soon as that drops, I'm grabbing it. I'm like I said, I'm gonna have to go into the future to get it, bring it now, and that would be the Rosario Dawson Ahsoka. When that drops, oh my god, that's a buy overseas for me. I don't know which company I'm going with to buy it from overseas. Probably most likely Tencent, but because he's great.
I've heard nothing. I've literally never heard anyone say a bad word about him, and I've used him myself. Just fantastic. Yeah,
I'll just say Tencent. I've been buying from Tencent. Like, you know what? Believe it or not, I'm not sure, but it could be the Iron Man Mark III that I bought. My second hot toy may have been bought from Tencent. He goes back that far. So it could have been. I gotta go back and look in the history of my eBay purchases, but it could have been. He's really good, good, very fair pricing, good with sales, and I mean he ships stuff. He ships it right then and there, and it comes at a great time. He's good. Can't say enough good stuff about Tim Cent.
Actually, fantastic. And it's just for people who don't know, Tim Cent is that's his eBay store name. It's a toys buying agent.
Yes.
They're fantastic. I've used them before.
Yep.
I actually just want to plug as well. We 54 and 54 is the most I've ever had in a live stream. So Thank you very much.
Awesome.
And seeing as 54 people are here, I'm just going to do a little plug here. So recently I did a review with Lion Rock Toys. Again, they're a Hong Kong-based reseller. They factor their shipping into their cost. When you look at their website, which is brand new and been updated, you can see the total cost. So they've actually factored the shipping in. Now, after I did the video, I kind of, sent them the link and going, look, you happy enough with that? Because full disclosure, they gave me a figure like cheaper. It was a figure that I wanted anyway. Yes. And I said, okay, I'm going to find the cheapest price and I'll come back to you. If you can beat that, I'll make the video, because that's just the way I do things. I don't want to be like tied to any company. But anyway.
Exactly.
So they said to me, like, when it actually arrived, I didn't get stung for customs. I didn't get stung for customs at all. Wow. And I was like, this is brilliant, because that is a game changer. The Snowspeeder Luke I got from Sideshow, I had an import charge of €90.
What?
I know, on top of shipping and on top of everything. So anyway, the transport trooper arrives straight to the door. I open it, and it's like I didn't get any text message or anything saying I owed customs or anything. So like, that's a major change. And then when I told them, they said, yeah, can you mention that in your next video that we do that? I thought they wouldn't want people to know it.
Right.
But anyway, if you're here in the chat and you're from Ireland or the UK or any like place where there is you're subject to import charges, maybe have a look on their site for something you want, and I would definitely email them and explain, I'm from this company or country, I want this figure, and if you're ordering it, mark it down, so you don't get stung. So hopefully other people can benefit from that. Like I thought they wouldn't want me to say that, but they said, "No, we want people to know." But all right, fair enough.
Yep.
So, the last question that I have,
one thing real quick, I want to address.
Yeah, no problem.
To Tully in the chat, if you are going to buy from Tim Cent, buy it. Yes, buy it. Like Shane was saying, buy it from Toy Buying Agent. Get it from there, from Toy Buying Agent. Buy it from him directly. It'll save you some money. I'll just say that.
Yeah, they're fantastic. So I'll just 1 second now. Right, so I was going to pin that, and then the last question I have here, which is the same question we finish off everything with. So, you probably do you know what's coming? Do you know what I'm going to ask you?
I kind of got an idea, but
okay. God forbid, right? This is just let's say, God forbid, touch wood, this never happens, but there's a fire in your house.
Oh God, I knew this was coming.
All your family are safe. Do you have any pets?
Yes.
You have pets. Oh, your wife, your kids, all safe. Your pets, you're good. Outside, everything's fine. But you have time on the way out to grab 3 1/6 scale figures. No vehicles, no statues, nothing. 3 1/6 scale figures. You could only grab 3.
Okay.
What's coming with you?
Okay, let me think about it. All right, I know the first one is Iron Man Mark 7 diecast. That's the first one. Love that figure. You can still get it. It's in stock. I don't care. I love it. Okay. What would be my second? My second one would be, oh man, there's so many. Oh gosh. Oh, it's gotta be. No, if I get any of the Star Wars, okay, so my second one would be Endgame Cap. Yes, Endgame Cap would be my second one. I love that figure, and I gotta get something. Oh man, it's 3. 89 Batman. Yep.
I figured.
No, not 89 Batman. Take back. No. I would, because you won't be, because I'm pretty sure you will never be able.
It's okay. You can change your mind.
89 Jack Nicholson Joker. That one. Those 3. Yes. You'll be able to get a Batman again, but that one, I don't know, because Nicholson's likeness is, it's expensive. So I don't think you're going to get that one again. So those would be the 3. Yep.
100%. Good stuff, man. I like that, man. And really enjoyed the chat as well. I'm just going to quickly address the chat before we round this out. Shane, love these interviews. Gives me good memories of collecting Journey and friends. I've gained a long way. Yeah, 100%. Like I have to say, like I love being on anyone's show and anyone's panel, and it's a real buzz when, as a group of lads getting together, or group of people or women as well, or sometimes whoever's on. And by the way, 57 in the house. I've never had that before. Never had that before. Really do appreciate it massively. I've said it before. I love collecting. I love photography. I love taking photos of my collection. I find editing therapeutic. I know a lot of people hate it. I love it. I get a buzz every time I turn on those lights behind me. But the number one thing I like about doing the channel is getting to talk to like the likes of Jay and YouTube content creators that I was watching for like 2 years before I even get to talk to them. So totally been a bit of a fanboy here and communicating with people in the chat. So massive appreciation. Thank you very much. So very quickly, so I like when the chat are talking to each other as well. I want the hover tank commander. Smash the like button. Thank you, Thor. That's great to hear. We don't like customs. I do not like customs. Check them out. No. Definitely check them out. UK sit. Really looking forward to Quill. Yeah, a lot of people love Quill. Yep. First batch purchases. You guys thinking for next year? I don't know. I don't tend not to do for first batch. I tend to get the later ones to save. What about yourself, Jay?
I get first batch, but I only get first batch on things that I'm like really, really excited about. Like, for instance, like Bo-Katan or Cable or Ahsoka or something like that. But I usually wait now I'm trying to be good and try to like really wait the second batch. Because first batch just costs too much money. It just costs a lot. And and then I'm a YouTuber as well. We you know how it is with YouTube. And I still do reviews. And you also want to get them and review them quick and stuff like that. But like I said, for special, I pick my spots. Special pieces, I'll do that for. Others, I won't. Others, I'll do posing videos, or I'll just, say, hey, this looks good, and just, keep it moving. But I don't feel compelled to do that with every release. I just think that's a lot. And it's just, it's financially for me, it's financially irresponsible for me. For others, there's different perks, and people have different relationships with different companies, so they can do that. And no shade at all. That's fine. That works for them.
It's a different situation.
It's a different situation. Yes, but for me, it's just financially irresponsible. I can do it, but it's financially irresponsible for me to do that with every release. Just for me.
And that's because your situation could be completely different to someone else's situation.
Exactly.
You got to kind of play the cards we're dealt a lot of the time.
Exactly.
I'm just going to read out this comment because I really I'm big into balance. I don't like just saying, like, someone once told me before, it always stood out in my head, is don't believe everything you think. So sometimes you just question yourself, and like, say, even like the video I made about Toys One, and I know they're not perfect, they're far from perfect, but there are positives and there are negative. And I try to be as balanced as I can. So this guy here, Shiny, who is another staple in the chat, says the risk of marking them down is they won't be insured for the same amount if they get lost or damaged, but you don't get import charges to arrive safely. Okay, I did not realize that. So that actually makes perfect sense. And again, my personality, I'd be kind of going, I'm just going to take the risk on that. But that again comes back to situations. Other people might be like, we'd rather pay the import charges and have the insurance. I personally wouldn't do that, but that is good to know. That's a solid point there. Thank you. Looks amazing on the blurg. Is Mark 7 still in stock? It's gone from Sideshow anyway. I don't know anywhere. Maybe
I thought it was. I thought it was still on Sideshow.
Yeah, I thought it was gone, and I definitely saw it sold out at one stage. Maybe it's back in. Wow. Oliver Pilgrim, how are you?
What up?
Mario's here. Was really hoping BC would have chosen his 66 Batman. That's what Mario chose, I believe. Yeah, and he actually,
that's great.
Mario kept cheating. He kept going, but like, this one's really close to this one. So eventually, I let him take Batman and Robin because they were right next to each other.
Exactly. Man, I should have did that. That makes perfect sense. Yes. Because I was thinking if I could only pick one, I'm like, man, I could.
Yeah. Well, he started off going, oh, can I take this one? This one, they go together. I was like, no. So he played the game, and in the end, I rewarded him a little bit. But DX0892 Batman and Darkseid Anakin. Whoa, they are 3. Yeah, this guy's
Those are
flexing.
good
This guy's flexing.
Those are heaters right there. Yes.
Great show as usual. Thanks very much, Peter. Really do appreciate it. And I think we're just about finished up there. So I really do appreciate everyone taking the time out of their day to listen to this. And obviously, massive thanks to Brother Cousins for being here. We went on a bit longer than... Sorry, I kept you a bit longer than I said I would. But
that's fine, bro. That is
what's
fine.
coming up in your channel?
Man, so tomorrow we got Good Morning Grails and we got a Mighty Grail. I call this the season 2 finale, which means really nothing. It's just a big, just trying to make it bigger than it should be. But it's a big grail for us. And this is a grail that is not my own. My big brother, my real life big brother, second brother, is loaning this to me to do Good Morning Grails. We'll be doing Darkseid Anakin Skywalker. We're doing an unboxing for him tomorrow. That is going to be awesome. I cannot wait for it. And I have to be very careful because like my cousin said, if I break it, I bought it. So
you're going to see his dark side if anything
I
happens.
will see his dark side and then some.
Good stuff.
So we're doing that tomorrow, and then Best of the Best on Thursday, and then I do Local Lou on Saturday, half show Saturday with him. I'm co-host on his channel for that show, so that's what we got going on. So that's going to be great
stuff. Good stuff. So if you haven't done so already, subscribe to Brother Cousins Toy Reviews on YouTube, and his Insta is the same, but there's underscores in between Brother Cousins Toy, and there's no one after review, so it's just coming up on the screen there.
Thank you.
No problem. My channel at the moment, so obviously you're watching it, 16Figure Focus on YouTube, and then at 16Figure Focus on Instagram. Now, I haven't really taken much photos, so I've penciled in a day during the week to take in some photos of some new pickups, like Snowspeeder Luke, which is just phenomenal, 2-pack Boba and Boba Fett, Transport Trooper, because I want to pair the Transport Trooper with the Grunt Trooper. It's really well together. Yes. And I still haven't taken photos of the Artillery Trooper with the ketchup and mustard. I just want to take the two of them together. Apart from that, I don't have any streams planned. I need to contact, I think, Marco from 16Fix and Ben Thomas as well to come on an episode of Vision. I think collecting with Rich as well, and the 6 Gallery Alan. So there's a few people lined up there over the next week or two. I haven't actually scheduled anything. Today, I put up a video based on my favorite head sculpts in my collection, and my favorite head sculpts that Hot Toys have ever done so far. So if you have a few minutes and you still want to check out some 1/6 scale content, please do so. Apart from that, folks, massive thank you for everyone being here. It's nice to hit a new milestone there with like 57 in the chat, which is basically my personal record at the moment. So I suppose anything else you want to add, or are we good to go?
Good to go, man. Once again, brother, thank you so much for having me. I know it took a while for us to get
no problem.
But thank you so much for being here. Yeah. This has been amazing, man.
Man, I really appreciate it. It's nice because I feel with these one-to-ones, I get to know the person better, because when you're on a panel of 6 or 7, you don't really talk directly to each other a lot of the time.
Exactly. Yep.
Folks, thanks very much. And we'll see you in the next one. Good luck.
Deuces.